All right, everybody. So today we're going to talk about coordinating conjunctions. So there are two main types. This video will have like a twin or brother-sister video that goes along with it about subordinating conjunctions. But I wanted to talk first about the coordinating conjunctions. So the main difference between the two types of these conjunctions is they're both going to join together sentences, but with coordinating conjunctions, it's always based on these 7. So you can form the acronym fanboys. I think I've addressed this a little bit in a previous video, but fanboys, if you're not familiar with what that term is, it's nowadays there are fangirls too, but when this term was brought about, I'm guessing 80s or 90s, it generally referred to young men that were a little bit too preoccupied with comic books, Dungeons and Dragons, fantasy, graphic novel, comic, superhero type thing. Now, today, we know that that's more of a normalized term, and there are plenty of fangirls as well as the fanboys. But with this one, each one of these letters stands for a different word, and these are your coordinating conjunctions. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, or so. And so is actually kind of special because it actually is not only just a coordinating conjunction, but it's actually a subordinating conjunction as well. It's the only one of the 7 that's both. Now, it has 2 different meanings depending on how you're using it. So when we're talking about with a coordinating conjunction, we are talking about so representing more of a therefore. So because the first part of the sentence happens, the second part of the sentence happens. When it's in a subordinating conjunction, so represents more of a so that something can happen. So the first half takes place in the sentence so that the second part can take place. So, but in this case, because we're working with coordinating conjunctions, we're talking about it representing something along the lines of cause and effect, therefore, sort of a meaning. So the main difference between coordinating and subordinating conjunctions are that coordinating conjunctions, your fanboys, are always going to join together 2 independent clauses. So an independent clause is a phrase that can stand alone by itself as a complete sentence. So you put 2 of those together and you have somewhat of a cause and effect relationship, then you end up getting a sentence that is connected by a coordinating conjunction. Okay? So if we take a look at this, we were out of milk. I went to the store to get more. All right, so both of these sentences could stand alone. We could put a period at the end of either one of these and they would be grammatically correct as a sentence. But when we take a look at how it's used here, we were out of milk, so they were out of milk. Therefore, or so, I went to the store to get more. So in this instance, it's representing that cause and effect kind of relationship. So because they were out of milk, this person went to the store to get more. And the so occurring after the comma, your coordinating conjunctions are always going to have a comma that precede them. So we were out of milk, so I went to the store to get more. So the conjunction is joining the 2 sentences together to make them make sense and show that they have a close relationship. So let's take a look at another example of a coordinating conjunction. I love candy bars. I know they are no good for me. So, I love candy bars is a complete sentence if you take it on its own. I know they are no good for me is a complete sentence if you were to take it on its own. But we have our comma here and the word yet. So, I love candy bars, and yet here is operating almost like however. However, I know that they are no good for me. All right? So, pretty self-explanatory with these. Whenever you see one of these 7 words and there's a comma preceding it, you need to make sure that it's operating as a coordinating conjunction, meaning this part of the sentence and this part of the sentence should both stand alone as grammatically correct independent clauses or full sentences if they need to. All right, so those are coordinating conjunctions. 2 independent clauses, first one followed by a comma, and then one of your 7 fanboys here placed after the comma before the second complete phrase. So those are coordinating conjunctions. They work to both join the sentences together that have a close relationship, and they provide context, whether it be standing in for the word however or therefore or whatever that relationship might be. In this case, yet is operating, you could almost put but in there and it would make sense. So sometimes they can be a little bit interchangeable, but look out for the comma, the 2 independent clauses, and one of these 7 fanboys: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, or so. All right, in the next video, we'll take a look at subordinating conjunctions.